Right. Hello. So this is sort of the introduction to this new podcast. So I think it's probably good that I sort of introduce myself. I think that's probably a good first step. So I'm Ollie's new, or Ollie, whatever you want to call me. I have a separate YouTube channel, which I will link in this podcast video, and I will have a link on the actual channel page. I'm a YouTuber that reviews a lot of film, television. I live stream games. I do a lot of different things. One of the more popular things that I do is Waterloo Road content. So I was talking about the series as they came out. I was doing news, updates. I've really started branching off into the sort of video essay type side of it. So I really like doing stuff like character analysis and sort of things like that. I did a big video on Max Tyler. That was really fun to do. I've ranked all of the head teachers, all of the deputy head teachers, sort of things like that. So something I would quite like to do is kind of like episode discussions, but rather than do, here's an episode discussion that's like 5 minutes long, whatever, or here's a video, and have it randomly scattered on my main channel, I thought it would be better to do it in this format. So dedicate a podcast episode to each episode of the show. So I'm basically going to watch all of it from the beginning. After I've watched each episode, I will do a podcast and I will discuss it. It won't be scripted like a lot of my videos. It's going to be quite sort of free ball kind of my thoughts, my opinions, what's good, what's bad, character introductions, any little facts or anything that I know or anything like that really. So yeah, it'll be a bit more loose than what I normally do, but I thought it would be quite a fun way to start. So going to branch it off, going to have the episodes here. On the main channel, my Ollie's new channel, I'm going to keep doing my video essays, news updates. I'm going to keep doing that on the regular. My goal is sort of to have a Waterloo Road video essay on the main channel every 4 to 6 weeks, sort of as a continuation. I've got a load of ideas and stuff I want to do. And then the goal is to have sort of a weekly upload. I'm thinking probably Monday, like I do on my main channel, just have both of them together, just to make it easier for me. So Monday there'll be one, and then it'll just week by week by week. And I do plan on doing the whole show, so all 250 odd episodes at the point of recording this. So big project that's going to be fun. I'm still sort of working the thumbnail out. I might see if I can get like some official logo or something to go with it, like something made. But at the moment, I don't really have the time to do that. So it might change with time. We'll sort of figure it out. So in terms of the look at the podcast and things, so you'll probably see for this one and the next sort of, 24 episodes, you'll see that it's got Jack Rimmer's face on it. So my goal is that every time a new head teacher comes in, I'm going to change the thumbnail up. So have the Jack Rimmer era, then the Rachel Mason, then Karen Fisher, etc., all the way through to Stella Drake or whoever goes on after Stella Drake, however that goes. Hopefully Jack, that's kind of my push, but we'll see. And yeah, so I don't know quite if I'm going to structure it into seasons. I might split it season 1, season 2, season 3. Or I might have like Jack Rimmer era, Rachel Mason era, Karen Fisher era. I know that it gets a bit scattered at points because like Jack leaves at the beginning of series 3 a few episodes in, and then like Karen leaves a third of the way through series 7. Michael leaves with a few episodes left at the end of series 8, and it becomes a bit kind of weird because if we do it in seasonal blocks, which I am fine with, it would be like I think Michael's last episode is season 8, 27. It's 27 or 28, but I'm leaning more towards 27. mainly because I'm doing a project at the moment that slightly incorporates that kind of. So it would be like you would see all of these images, and then there would be like, oh, Michael's face, Christine's face, end of series 8. So yeah, I think going with the head teachers is probably the play because they're kind of like the lead. Like I know you've got like the likes of Tom, Grantley, Steph, and then students, like big students like Janice or Bolton or Finn Sharkey or Shuey Weaver that kind of define that era of the show, or even the deputies like Chris Mead or like Sean Diamond or whatever. But I figure that's probably the way to play it. And then I could mess around a little bit with some of it. Like when I get to series 17, I could have Stella Drake for 6 episodes and then 2 with Darius Donovan or whatever. Like I could, or that one episode when Nikki is acting head in Scotland, I could have Nikki's face on it just for the fun of it. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going. As I'm recording this, I've got a whole weekend free. So I'm aiming to get 4 episodes made after this one. So the first 4. And then I think I will release the first 2 back to back. And then we'll do 3, we'll do 4 week by week. And I'm going to try and build it up. I really will try my best to have it be weekly upload. But it's really going to depend on like me as a person and things I've got going in my personal life. If the week by week does become too much of a struggle in the end, then I might do something like, so I don't know, series 4, 2 10-episode blocks. I might do it so I record the first 10 blocks and then have them all ready to go. And then there'll be 10 weeks worth. And then there might be a gap for a few weeks. I'll watch the next 10 and then there'll be something like that. There might be gaps. I'm going to just sort of see how I go. But yeah, that's kind of that. Unlike my videos, there will be minimal editing. Like if I get a phone call or something, then I will cut and edit and stuff. But for the most part, it's sort of just going to be me talking and we'll go through it. Because it's just a way of me expressing my thoughts and just another fun little project to do. And I figured for people who are just the die-hard Waterloo Road fans who don't care so much for my other projects, which is fair enough, I'm quite broad in what I do. You've got this podcast. You can still check in on the main channel and watch my Waterloo Road sort of video essays and what have you, and then I'll do this. While we're sort of on the subject, what kind of surprised me a great deal is that, like, so I've got friends and people in my Discord server who I could have on to do the odd episode. Like, I'm pretty sure my friend Luke will jump at the chance to talk about Jack Rimmer. Like, he loves Jack Rimmer, which is fair. Jack is awesome. So I thought, okay, before I even decided to do this project, I was scanning through YouTube, trying to find Waterloo Road YouTube content creators to basically collab with or kind of get an idea of what they're doing and sort of making sure there's space for this. I don't want to jump into something that's super crowded. Like if I did a Doctor Who podcast or whatever, it's just there's like a million of them, or I'm not a Star Wars fan, but Star Wars. Surprisingly, there's not a great deal of people on the internet talking about Waterloo Road. And there really should be, because it's such a great show. Like, I would love to see other people's content and sort of like reach out, collab and do this, but there's really not a lot. So in doing this podcast and all of the video essays and stuff, I'm kind of hoping that it kind of encourages others to do that. So an idea I've been floating, and again, it's logistics. It might be something I do, nothing set in stone. It's just a little possibility, is that I could, if people reach out and enjoy the podcast down the line, I could have someone who listens come on and do an episode with me. Like, I don't know, someone could be like, Series 5 is my favourite series. Can we talk about the last episode where we see Max's downfall? And I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, come on, let's go chat it. Or I love the reboot. I don't like Darius. I want to explain why, and we do an episode that focuses on Darius. We do maybe his introductory episode, series 16, episode 1, where he gets Mr. Todd fired. We do something like that. I would be so open to that. Like, that would be so much fun. So that's something that I'm keeping the door open on. In terms of length, I don't really know how long each episode's going to be. So I will watch the episode, have notes in front of me, and then have my notebook or notes on my phone, however I do it, in front of me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a point to talk about, that's a point. I think it really varies on the episode and how much there is to talk about, really. Like, there's going to be some duds where I just don't have a lot to say, so it could be anywhere from 3 or 4 minutes to 30 or 40. I'm not going to, like, put a target on there. I think if I've got a guest with me, it's more likely that I'll be chatting for longer, especially because I tend to tangent on things. But yeah, so gonna go episode by episode. Oh man, this rewatch is gonna be so fun. Like, I watched the odd episode or stuff for videos, and granted I have watched series 1 and 2 at the end of last year, so it's still relatively fresh in my mind. But I'm happy to go watch those 2 series again. I mean, they're basically just one 20 episode series at the end of the day. That's kind of how I see it. But yeah, and unlike doing stuff for my main channel, where I usually watch stuff on my PC and stuff, I can just do it on the sofa in my living room and got my notebook out. And that in itself is amazing. I mean, I've now got my comfy desk chair, so sitting at the desk is a lot better than it used to be, I can promise you that. Yeah, so going to wrap things up there. So episode by episode, we're going to tackle all of Waterloo Road. That was Waterloo Road Rewind episode 0. You've got all is new, and for now, I will say goodbye.